Hello everyone, my name is Bangboomme and welcome back to another episode from this Java Edition server thing something. Haven't I haven't come up with a name for this yet. Yeah, if you guys have a good name, let me know down in the comments. Um if not, I think that I'm going to ask people on here what we're going to call this. But yes, welcome back to another episode. Episode hasn't come out yet, so we're pre-recording and everything, like I usually do. And this is episode 2 on here, and we're starting things off over here where we built by the iron farm. We built a sugar cane farm in the last episode, and what we're going to be doing in this episode, well, at the end of the last episode, we figured out that we've got a lot of farms we need to build so we can get all the resources for our base, all the blocks and everything, and that's what we're going to attempt to fix in this episode. So, what I did between episodes, I did a little bit of planning. So we've got the place for 3 builds. This is probably actually going to expand a lot, but the place for 3 builds marked out. So we've got this right here. This is going to be our central base. Is going to be our version of the tower over here. Um, so, that's the central base, and so this is going to be our central base right here. It's 50 by 50. I don't know if that's big enough because I'm planning on doing a massive, like, this is going to be where the storage system and everything is going to go. It might be big enough, might not. I don't know if it isn't. We can build multiple levels or anything. This is probably going to be like a tower as compared to being just like flat and like fairly short. So yeah, this is the rough footprint for it. I have no idea what it's going to look like, or no idea how it's going to turn out, because like usual, anyone who's watched any of my videos before knows I just wing everything that I do, because I just don't bother to plan things out. So, we're just going to see how that turns out. And then over here, this small building, which is probably going to expand a bit, is going to be our wool farm. We're going to use a lot of wool, particularly white wool, but that's going to be our wool farm right there. Probably going to get one of at least one pod of every single color, and then a decent amount of just white, just so we can build a lot. We're going to need to do a bone farm. For that, I have found a skeleton spawner somewhere in this cave system. I'm not sure where it is, but it's somewhere in there. And then, as you can probably see, I've got a light matica of a concrete maker. This is a concrete hardener, and down here, we'll go up there, we'll put in many, many concrete powders, and it'll get explodificated um, into hardened concrete, and we can collect it down here. So this will be where we can get all the white concrete that we need, any other types of concrete or anything. So we've got 3 things, at least, that I want to build in this episode. Wool farm, this, and the skeleton grinder. So, I think first of all, we're going to get started down here with the skeleton farm, because and there we go. The farm is finished. Chop. And yeah, I said I would be cutting it back before we remove the torches or whatever, but whatever, 'tis done. So now we've got a little spawner, a little water ways to bring them up over here, and then we can just go chop and collect many bones and arrows and bows and other stuff. And is this already enough to make a stack of bone blocks? That is very good. That is very, very good. I don't have my crafting table done. There we go. Yes, that is very good. So yeah, now we have a continual supply of bone blocks, which will be very handy because our base is going to probably use quite a few of these. Anyway, this place could do with a bit of a cleanup and a way down, a way up, and this could do sorting out, but this can't happen until I get my storage room set up. So, I think I'm going to ignore cleaning this room up, and I'm going to ignore that this place needs a way down and way up, and instead, we're going to head off. And what are we going to do? We're going to head off, and we're going to get that concrete hardener built, or we're going to get the supplies for it anyway. I shall do that. I shall be right back. Well, quite a few things have happened since the last clip. Yeah, I said I was gonna come back after I got all the resources together to build this thing, and I meant that, but, I got all the stuff ready, but I needed slime, and so I'm down in the mine over there, because there's a couple slime chunks over there, and I'm down there trying to get some slime, and I decided I'm gonna light up the caves to see if I can make slime spawn faster. Creeper blows me up. And I didn't lose all my stuff. I did lose the shovel. This isn't the same shovel I had. But I lost a shulker box that had like the entirety of this farm in it. And yeah, I rage quit kind of, and then I just started basically I just started building this, and I was first plan, I'm just gonna build the bottom, and then I'll get the resources back together for this, and then I just kept on going. Yeah, I finished the whole thing. I fully intended on time-lapsing this, and it just ended up not being like that. But anyway, it should be fully built, and it should be fully functioning. The only thing is this. Oops. Yep, that won't work, you know, without that, probably. I didn't realize I could reset far. Yeah, that's my only concern right now is because, you know, I have never messed around with these things. They don't exist in Bedrock. I've never messed around with it. Presumably it's set up how it needs to just start working, but, you know, I'm yeah, extremely concerned, but there's be a link to this tutorial down in the description. One thing that we need to do, picking up items. Okay. Now, that's the wrong button. If I stand here and hold this is very loud. I don't know if you guys can even hear me over all this noise, because this noise is extremely noisy. And then press this, clicked all that. Okay. This is I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. Oh, I'm really pressing all the wrong buttons. It seems to work, I think. I don't... Oh, wow. I gotta change that. I'll keep back. Yeah, I guess it works. Question mark. I guess I'm gonna be using this for a while. I put all the remnants of the, because I use a decent amount of the white concrete powder to actually build this thing. So I'm gonna run through the rest of it. I put all that into here. I'm gonna use all of it. And we won't get all of it down below because some of it will get left behind here, but we should get the majority of it. So, yeah, I'm gonna run through this thing. And we are back. And as you might have noticed, there were slight modifications made to this thing because, well, you see, either I'm assuming it was probably just the server or something wasn't keeping up, and I wasn't placing anywhere near as many concrete powders as I should have, and so I just needed to slow the whole thing down. So yeah, basically, it just fires once I've placed the fourth concrete powder here. The pistons fire, and I get more concrete powder from the dispensers. Or droppers, which means that I didn't need it to extend all the way out and go down on the other side because there was no use for that. So, yeah, it's just the one little area now because that's all I need. But hey, it works. It's not quite what it's not the stupidly fast thing that I wanted, but it's still a lot better than Bedrock, where we just can't do anything like this at all, and we just have to pillar it up in the sky and, yeah, do complicated things like that. So I am not going to complain about being able to do this, but yeah, it's not quite what I expected. But anyway, it works. We're out of concrete powders, so down here we should see that we've got many. Yes, many. And many. We don't talk about why there's a llama wandering trader's llama head in there, or why there's a wandering trader head in there. We'll just look at the many concretes. Yes. Oh yes, many concretes. I believe all my sugar boxes are basically full, yeah. So, you may also have noticed I've got 55 levels. That's because I've been hanging out for a long time over there at the skeleton grinder, and that's why we have many bone blocks. Also, while I've been here, I've obviously been loading the iron farm, so we've got many iron blocks. So we're not doing too bad in terms of resource collection to start working on our base, but we still have a lot of things left to do. Um, Biggest one is probably sheep farm. It's kind of important because we're going to probably be building out of a lot of wool. But what I think I want to work on now, because I'm kind of tired of doing, I'm kind of sick of redstone. Uh, um, so what I'm going to do instead is we're going to head down to the skeleton farm, and we are going to properly decorate out that room. And oh, dang it, I didn't want to do redstone. We need to sort out the storage because it fills up very fast when it's filling. Those two chests that I've got down there are filling up with bones. Or not bones, bows, and random bits of armor. So we're gonna have to sort all of the stuff out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna dig out a decent sized room. I'm going to figure out where I can get a drop down and a bubble column up, and I'll be right back. And we are back. The room is still very much just stone. I got rid of the andesites and diorites and granites and all that other kinds of stuff, so it's just stone. It's not going to stay like this. I'm probably gonna throw in, concrete or bone blocks or iron blocks or whatever. Got more bone blocks. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. We can, look into and watch the skeletons spawn and bob their way along the water streams. We come over here, we can give them all a chop, 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 chop. There we go. Chop! There we go. And then it all runs through back over there into these chests here. So we got these 4 are for bones, these 4 are for arrows, and these 9 are just for unstackables and just random overflow items. So you see we're getting many. I would usually burn all of this. I'm just keeping the bows for like dispensers. Yeah, I don't know why. But it's functional, and that's mostly what I needed it to be. And if we go up here, it appears to be nighttime. We can see that it is right over here, which is a lot farther over here than I expected it to be. I thought it would be a lot more like over there. as compared to right in front of the trading hall. So it's gonna be slightly interesting seeing how we can fit a building like around this and the building around this and have them be decently far enough away that it looks good. And another problem that I'm kind of ignoring is the fact that I'm going to have to basically completely rebuild the trading hall because this stuff is built out of all the dark blocks, and yeah, this would fit a lot better in the other civilization as compared to this one. So I'm going to have to completely rip all this out and rebuild it with all of the white blocks. I really need to get enough resources to where I can start building my central storage system because it's becoming quite the disaster over here. Yeah, and I really need to start sorting all this stuff out. So, I guess next thing to do is to build a wool farm. So, I guess I'm going to build the modules that we're going to put the sheeps in, and then hopefully we'll have enough sheep to fill up the entirety of the farm from over here. We probably won't. Yeah, we definitely won't. We're gonna have to do some breeding. But yeah, I'm gonna get this thing built. I am presuming that it's probably completely wrong, but I'm assuming that the design that I usually use on Bedrock will work on here, so I'm going to go with that. And if it completely breaks and stuff, then, well, I think we all know who to blame. Hashtag blame Blaze. So, let me get to building the modules. I shall be right back. And the sheep farm. Oh no, there's glass blocks missing there. Is finished, except for those 2 glass blocks that are missing, which I shall fix, unless I forget about them, which I probably will. But yeah, sheep farm is now finished. We've got 4 layers, 5 modules, and it seems to be working. It seems to do a very good job of working. So we've got 5 done here. These are white, just white walls because that's the majority of what I need. And then I've just got 1 of every other color that exists in the game. Just, you know, if I ever need all this other colors of wool, then I have them to use, but those will most likely not really ever get used except for the white wool. So 5 white wool, 1 of the rest of them. So yeah, now we've got this thing completely working, which means I got a squid head, that we have now built all 3 of the things that I was planning to build in this episode. So, I'm going to do editing now. I'm going to figure out whether I have room to fit anything else in the episode, or if we don't, and we shall go on from there. Well, I have done editing, and I have determined that we just don't have anywhere near enough time to do another project. I would love to do another project and to get working on stuff, but apparently I have lost the skill that I was starting to gain of not rambling way too much. I'm starting to feel pretty good about my lack of rambling at the end of the block videos that I was recording right before I came to college. I seem to have lost that skill. I'm proving it right now. So, I don't have enough time to work on another project. So, with that being said, I would just like to say thank you all ever so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me. So leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And I will see all of you all in the next episode. Goodbye!